think I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist.
Science will remember how Hawking helped to define modern cosmology, the structure and story of our universe from black holes to the Big Bang. But even more remarkable was bringing that science to the public. His 1988 book was translated into 30 languages and went on to sell 10 million copies. Wherever he went, he was a sensation. Early on, Hawking became a kind of living symbol of the power of genius, our gargantuan mind soaring beyond the boundaries of a small, fragile body, transcending even that cliche with wit and a Cheshire cat smile.
My original aim was to write a book that would sell on airport bookstalls. But for that, maybe the publisher should have put a naked woman rather than me on the cover.
Life with his condition wasn't easy, but his decades-spanning career continued undiminished.
I have been wheelchair-bound for almost 4 decades, and the chance to float free in zero-G will be wonderful.
He pushed against his own limits while calling for humanity to transcend its limits, supporting space exploration and the search for extraterrestrial life. And he never stopped writing, never stopped publishing.
Stephen Hawking, the world's smartest man.
And performing as a pop culture Poindexter god.
Professor Hawking, it's an honor and a privilege to meet you, sir.
I know.
When he was diagnosed with ALS, doctors said he wouldn't live past 25. Hawking died peacefully at home at the age of 76. Among his many memorable words, "It would not be much of a universe if it wasn't home to the people you love."
Hawking generally didn't want people to name things after him, but he made an exception for one building, and it happens to be in Canada. Ron Charles went there today to find out more about that special relationship.
Stephen Hawking looms large at Canada's Perimeter Institute, a well-funded centre where the world's top theoretical physicists hash out ideas. Before Neil Turek became the Institute's director in 2008, he was a Cambridge University colleague of Hawking's, which is how he convinced Hawking to lend his support and his name.
Stephen was the very first person to accept a visiting research chair at Perimeter, and that sets the standard.
Hawking did 2 short stints here as visiting chair. Back at Cambridge University in the 1980s, Canadian Raymond Laflamme was among Hawking's small group of postgraduate students. Today, Laflamme heads up quantum computing research at the University of Waterloo and works with Perimeter.
From an intellectual point of view, working with Stephen was incredibly motivating. He has great ideas. He challenges the students to kind of think deeply, pick up really interesting questions.
Hawking's relationship to Canada was not solely through the Perimeter Institute. John Polanyi, a Canadian Nobel laureate in chemistry, met Hawking on several of his trips here.
More than leaving a void, he leaves an inspiration, and that will stay around for centuries. It's no exaggeration.
At the Perimeter Institute, a wing had already been named in Hawking's honor, the only building in the world he allowed to bear his name. Ron Charles, CBC News, Waterloo, Ontario.